Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim has provided a team update ahead of the club's upcoming Premier League clash against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Following the physically demanding 5-4 extra-time win over Lyon in the Europa League quarter-final, Amorim confirmed he will make several changes to his starting 11 to allow key players to rest and reduce the risk of injury. The Portuguese manager emphasized the need for smart squad management during this intense period of the season. He highlighted how players like Diogo Dalot are in need of recovery time, stating, "Players like Dalot are always ready, but today he was really tired. The guys that are at risk to have an injury, we will try to save them." His comments reflect the focus on maintaining fitness ahead of the Europa League semi-finals. With a busy schedule and several senior players fatigued, Amorim hinted at giving more opportunities to young players. He praised 18-year-old defender Aiden Heaven for stepping up when called upon and expressed confidence in the academy talents. "It is not the best moment or the best season to put some kids to play, but in this moment we need to do it, and sometimes you have surprises," Amorim noted, suggesting fans could see more youth involvement against Wolves. In a boost for United, Amorim also confirmed that Victor Lindelof and Noussair Mazraoui are back in contention after missing the Lyon match due to personal matters. Their return adds valuable experience and depth to the squad as United continue to navigate a packed fixture list. As Manchester United prepares to host Wolves at Old Trafford, the focus will be on balancing competitiveness with caution. While maintaining momentum is crucial, Amorim's rotation strategy aims to protect his core players and give younger squad members a chance to shine during this critical stage of the season. Meanwhile, Manchester United are reportedly preparing a major move to sign Bournemouth forward Antoine Semenyo as part of their plans to strengthen their attacking line ahead of the 2025-26 season. The 25-year-old Ghanaian international has impressed this season and is now attracting serious interest from several top Premier League clubs, including United. Semenyo joined Bournemouth from Bristol City for £10.5 million in January 2023 and has since become one of the standout performers at the club. Known for his versatility and work rate, he has contributed 9 goals and 5 assists in the 2024-25 Premier League season. His ability to operate across the front line makes him a valuable asset, and he has been instrumental in Bournemouth's attacking play throughout the campaign. One of his most memorable moments this season came during Bournemouth's stunning 3-0 win over Manchester United at Old Trafford, where Semenyo scored the 3rd goal to seal the victory. That performance reportedly caught the attention of United's recruitment team, who are now keen on bringing the forward to Old Trafford. However, United are not the only ones interested in Semenyo. Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham Hotspur are also monitoring his situation closely. Reports suggest Tottenham are preparing a €40 million bid for the forward, while Chelsea have also shown strong interest. The competition for his signature is expected to heat up as the summer transfer window approaches. Despite the growing attention, Bournemouth are determined to keep hold of their key player. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano recently reported that Bournemouth are unlikely to offload multiple stars in one window, suggesting they will resist letting Semenyo go unless a significant offer is made. With Semenyo under contract until 2029, the club is in a strong negotiating position. For Manchester United, the pursuit of Semenyo fits with their strategy of targeting Premier League-proven players who can add pace, power, and creativity to the squad. Whether they can outmuscle their rivals and convince Bournemouth to sell remains to be seen, but Semenyo is clearly a player on the rise and one to watch in the upcoming transfer window. On the other side, Manchester United will be given the chance to sign Bayern Munich ace João Palhinha in the summer. United are understood to be admirers of Palhinha, who has been blighted by injury this season, and reports suggest Man United are set to be offered the midfielder's services in the summer. According to Caught Offside, Bayern are willing to let the Portugal international leave, as they're prioritizing a new contract for fellow midfielder Leon Goretzka. Meanwhile, Liverpool legend Mark Lawrenson believes Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim will certainly want to reunite with Sporting Lisbon star Victor Gyökeres. Lawrenson told Paddy Power that, "Manchester United need a striker, and I reckon he'll go for his former player at Sporting, Victor Gyökeres." I can't see Ruben Amorim going for anyone else, especially as he knows how the striker plays and knows how to get the best out of him. The current strikers they've got aren't good enough, and I'm sure they'll look to offload one of them, but some will have to stay. United could let 6 players leave this summer and bring in 6 new guys, but then I'm not sure if they can do it from a financial point of view. The big problem for United is that clubs know that when United knock on the door for a player, then can double the price. Also, Amorim will have the injured players back, who will play next season, like Kobbie Mainoo and Mason Mount. And for those players whose contracts are up, like Christian Eriksen and Victor Lindelof, I don't see their contracts getting renewed. Imagine United will be looking to get as many players as possible out the door this summer to build up money so they can bring in at least 3 or 4 players. Elsewhere, Premier League legend Alan Shearer explained why Manchester United have to win the Europa League. Shearer told Betfair that winning the Europa League is a necessity for Manchester United, going forward in the Champions League, to be able to sign the players they need and want. It's critical. The Newcastle game last weekend was pretty irrelevant. Their season is the Europa League, and it really is critical that they win it, because for them going forward financially, playing Champions League football, and to attract players to the club, it could be a massive turning point for Manchester United. There are so many things wrong at that football club right now that for them to get Champions League football would be massive. That's not an understatement. Manchester United were pretty hopeless at the weekend. There are a dozen things wrong with them that you could pick out from last weekend's game, but in the grand scheme of things, if they win the Europa League, it's all irrelevant because they're in the Champions League if they win it, and they'll never have a better chance of doing that. They've got a get-out-of-jail-free card because I don't think the opposition are that great in the Europa League. They have to win it. In other news, Manchester United is planning to make big changes to their squad this summer. The club wants to sell some well-known players to improve the team and manage their finances better. After a difficult season, and with new manager Ruben Amorim in charge, the goal is to build a stronger team that fits his style of football. One of the players likely to leave is Marcus Rashford. He is currently on loan at Aston Villa and has done well, including assisting a goal against Paris Saint-Germain. However, his relationship with Manchester United seems to be broken, and he's not expected to return. Aston Villa has the option to buy him for £40 million, but they haven't made a final decision yet. Rashford is also open to playing for clubs in other European countries, and big names like Barcelona are reportedly interested. Midfielders Casemiro and Christian Eriksen are also expected to be sold. Casemiro's performance has dropped this season, and he doesn't fit into Amorim's plans. Eriksen has hardly played and is out of contract at the end of the season. Selling both players would also help the club lower its wage bill. Another name on the list is defender Victor Lindelof. He has had limited playing time, and the club is unlikely to offer him a new contract. If a good offer comes in, Manchester United is ready to let him go. These possible player sales are part of a larger plan to rebuild the squad. The money made from these transfers will help the club sign new players who match the manager's vision and bring fresh energy to the team. Meanwhile, Manchester United have intensified their pursuit of RB Leipzig star Xavi Simons ahead of the summer transfer window. According to the Mail, United consider Simons as a major target amid manager Ruben Amorim's bid to boost his attack. However, the playmaker is valued at around £67 million, and the Red Devils face competition from rivals Liverpool. Nevertheless, Manchester United are said to have maintained contact with the Netherlands international. Additionally, Harry Maguire has blamed United stars for so many tight defeats. The Red Devils defender said, "Think there are key aspects in games where us players have got to take more responsibility and change them in our favor. There have been a lot of games that have been 50-50, and we've ended up on the bad end of a result. That's something we do need to work on as a team, as a group of players." Meanwhile, Wayne Rooney has sent a strong message to Marcus Rashford after Aston Villa were knocked out of the Champions League by Paris Saint-Germain. Despite Villa's brave 3-2 win at Villa Park, it wasn't enough to turn around the 3-1 loss they suffered in the first leg in Paris. That meant PSG went through to the semi-finals. One of the standout players for Villa on the night was Rashford. The 27-year-old forward showed great skill as he took on two PSG defenders before assisting Erik Konsa for Villa's third goal. Rashford's performance caught the eye of Manchester United legend Wayne Rooney. Speaking on Amazon Prime, Rooney said, "I hope Rashford goes back to Manchester United and performs like he did tonight. That's what we all want to see as Manchester United fans." Rashford left United on loan in January after falling out of favor under new manager Ruben Amorim. At the time, he was struggling to find his best form. But since joining Villa, he has looked much sharper. Rooney believes Rashford still has a future at Old Trafford and should be part of the club's future plans. He added, "Marcus Rashford wants to play for Manchester United, 100%. He's a Manchester lad and a Manchester United fan. Sometimes you have to play so well that the manager has no choice but to pick you. In a perfect world, Rashford would stay and create a legacy at the club. I'd love to see that happen." Aston Villa boss Unai Emery also spoke about Rashford after the match. While he praised Rashford's performance, he admitted it was too early to say anything about the player's future. Emery said, "It is difficult to plan it now. He played a fantastic match, and we're very happy. If he is happy, we are happy. It depends on the circumstances in the next few weeks." While Rashford earned praise, not everyone in the Villa team had a great night. Football legend Clarence Seedorf criticized fullbacks Lucas Digne and Matty Cash for their unacceptable attitude. According to Seedorf, their lack of focus allowed PSG to take control at key moments. In the end, Villa may be out of the Champions League, but Rashford's improved form has brought fresh hope, especially for fans who still believe he can shine again at Manchester United. On the other hand, Manchester United's 4-1 defeat to Newcastle United has raised serious concerns among fans and football experts. Well-known pundits like Jamie Carragher, Thierry Henry, and Roy Keane strongly criticized the team's performance, focusing on certain players and the tactical choices made by new manager Ruben Amorim. Jamie Carragher questioned why Victor Lindelof was being asked to play in a position he's clearly not comfortable with. In Amorim's system, Lindelof was expected to move into midfield when United had the ball. Carragher said this didn't make sense, pointing out that Lindelof doesn't have the skills needed to handle the ball in tight spaces under pressure. He added that even great defenders like Rio Ferdinand would have struggled in that role. Carragher explained that using Lindelof in this way only made United more vulnerable, as they kept losing the ball while trying to build attacks from the back. Thierry Henry focused on a moment during Newcastle's third goal, scored by Harvey Barnes. Henry was shocked at how United defender Lani Euro reacted. Instead of chasing back or trying to stop Barnes, Euro just looked over at the assistant referee, hoping for an offside call. Henry found this reaction confusing and said he had never seen anything like it before. "We all know it's a goal. What are you looking at?" Henry said, clearly frustrated with the lack of urgency. Roy Keane was also very critical, especially about how easily Barnes was allowed to score. He pointed out that no United player even tried to make a tackle or block him. "Lunge at him, do something," Keane shouted. He compared this moment to a recent game against Nottingham Forest, where United's defenders also failed to show enough effort to stop a goal. Carragher went further by questioning Amorim's overall tactics. He said the idea of a centre-back stepping into midfield only works if that player is very confident and skilled on the ball, which Lindelof is not. He also criticized United's wing-backs for not pushing forward enough, saying this limited the team's ability to create chances. According to Carragher, Amorim tried similar tactics with Sebastian Coates at Sporting Lisbon, even though Coates wasn't the right type of player either. "I don't really get it," Carragher admitted. With United's Premier League campaign falling apart, the Europa League is now their only hope for success. The team has already lost 14 league matches, and if they don't win the Europa League, they may not qualify for the Champions League next season. This puts a lot of pressure on Amorim and the new club owners, especially with recent cost-cutting at the club. After the defeat, Amorim seemed focused only on the upcoming Europa League match against Lyon, repeating "Thursday, Thursday" during post-match interviews. Another talking point was the absence of goalkeeper Andre Onana, who was dropped for the Newcastle match. Amorim said this was just a one-game decision, but many are unsure if Onana will return for the Lion match. Despite his struggles this season, some still believe Onana is United's best option in goal. Manchester United are clearly in trouble. The team looks confused, the tactics aren't working, and some players seem to lack passion. With only the Europa League left to fight for, the pressure is higher than ever. If they fail there too, the future could become even darker for the Red Devils. On the other side, Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim has made a surprising public show of support for striker Joshua Zirkzee, signaling a shift in his stance following the Dutch forward's recent struggles at the club. Zirkzee, who joined United from Bologna in the summer for around £36.5 million, has had a difficult start to life at Old Trafford. With just 4 goals and 2 assists in 28 appearances across all competitions, the 22-year-old has struggled to find consistency and make a meaningful impact. One of the low points of Zirkzee's season came during United's 2-0 defeat to Newcastle United, where he was substituted after just 33 minutes, a move that was met with cheers from some fans at Old Trafford. Amorim explained the decision post-match, saying, "You have to think about the team. The player is suffering during the game. We needed another midfielder. It was tough on me to do that. I talked with Joshua on that. I'm always thinking about the team. At that moment, it was important for him to come out." Despite this difficult moment, Amorim has now reaffirmed his belief in Zirkzee's potential. He praised the forward's effort and attitude in training and expressed a desire to keep him at the club. "I want to keep Josh because he gives everything and he's trying in training. But we don't know. The window is open and we will see what happens," Amorim said, suggesting that while a transfer remains a possibility, he values the striker's contribution. Zirkzee has also found support from his teammates. Midfielder Christian Eriksen defended the young striker, stating that the criticism could have been aimed at any United player given the team's overall performance. "They could have turned against everyone in the first half. Of course, I think it's a shame for Josh that it was him who came to look like the black sheep that was replaced in the first half that way. But it could have been all of us," Eriksen explained. Former United winger Lee Sharp also voiced his confidence in Zirkzee's long-term potential. Speaking in a recent interview, Sharp said, "I think when he gets up to speed and gets himself properly fit and has a run in the team, I think he's going to be sensational." His comments offer a glimpse of optimism for fans, hoping the young forward can turn his season around. Amid reported interest from Serie A sides like Juventus and Napoli, Zirkzee appears committed to proving himself in the Premier League. With Amorim's renewed backing, the support of his teammates, and encouragement from club legends, the striker could yet find his feet at Manchester United and deliver the performances the club believed he was capable of when they signed him. On the other side, Manchester United are intensifying their pursuit of Parma goalkeeper Zion Suzuki, who is valued at £40 million. United aim to provide competition for current starter Andre Onana, whose form has been inconsistent. Onana was at fault once more on Thursday night, as Manchester United lost to Lyon after squandering a lead in the closing minutes. The opening leg of their Europa League quarter-final ended 2-2, with the French team netting both goals thanks to mistakes made by the Cameroon international. Meanwhile, Suzuki made 30 appearances in Serie A games this season, preserving 5 clean sheets. The 22-year-old is yet to commit a mistake that resulted in a goal in the league. Meanwhile, Manchester United are huge admirers of Paris Saint-Germain star Désiré Doué. But United would have to shell out an eye-watering sum to land Doué this summer. According to Fixtures, PSG boss Luis Enrique views the France international as a cornerstone of his project. The reigning French champions have valued the forward at £258 million.